Every year in the NFL, it's a new team. As far as goals go, we have one. Putting a f***ing ring on our finger.
Welcome to the Buccaneers Observer Podcast. This is Ralph Phillips.
I'm Molly Bay.
Today is September 3rd, 2021. 6 days until kickoff.
Who's number 6 on our team?
Oh my gosh. You know, you could have prepped me with that before the game, for the
Pop quiz.
before the. Oh my gosh! Look,
I'm gonna find it.
I don't think we have a number 6. I don't think we have a number 6. Nope.
Well,
Nope.
It's just a shame.
No number 6s. We have an 8.
Sure don't.
A
Get a
9.
7.
Yeah, skip the 6.
Yep. Yeah, we don't. It goes from 7 to 3. So Ryan Succop is number 3. But so the next few days we have no player that
All
goes
the way
along
until
with the
3rd.
countdown.
It's
I
3
know.
days. So
What are
that
we
would be
gonna
what?
do?
Tuesday?
So I don't know. What day is it? Where are we? No idea.
Earth.
Close enough. Yeah. So less than a week away. I can't believe it. We get a big week next week. It's a big
Oh my
week.
gosh, I know.
So
I
much
know.
stuff.
We're still doing our
We're busy.
preseason podcast. It's like we're trying to get things together and organized. So there you go.
There we go. This one's gonna be a little more informal today. We're a little bit all over the place. Not too much Bucs news. A little bit of league news. What do you want to start with, Ralph?
Well, let's start with Buccaneers stuff.
All right.
That's always the important stuff. That's what
Yeah.
we're here for. I could
Okay.
give a crap about the rest of the league. Only thing I
Unless
care
it's
about.
to laugh at them.
Yeah, well, you
I'm
know.
cool with that.
Yeah. In relation to the Buccaneers, that's all I care about.
Yeah. Okay, so we brought Ryan Succop back from the COVID list. He's back. But we still have rookie kicker, Jose. Oh my gosh, I cannot say his name. Borregales? He's still. We didn't cut him. Why did we not cut him? Why do we need two kickers? Is that weird? That's weird.
It is
to me.
weird. Yeah, we
That's
never
what I
keep 2
thought, too.
kickers.
I know. So that was on Thursday. Greg Allman was talking about that Ryan Succop was back, but then Jose is still there too. And he did not perform that well in preseason either. So I'm just very surprised that he is still hanging around. A little alarming to me. But I don't, we paid a lot of money for Ryan Succop, for a kicker especially. So I don't think that his job is threatened, but it's just weird that Jose is still there. What is going on? Offensive lineman Nick Leverett was brought back from the COVID list as well, and that was today, actually. He was activated to make room for him on the roster. Our guy, Cam Gill, was put on IR. I wish that they would say what the hell is wrong with him.
Yeah, it's very strange to me. Very, very strange. You know, I had written kind of a little write-up on him about how it just seems to me like he doesn't want to be on the team, you know?
Well,
but,
and
it's just speculation because we've talked about this quite a bit on the podcast, but when you're 4th on the depth chart and there's only 4 guys, you're on the bubble, and he hasn't shown up for practice all preseason.
Then why would we keep him when you have somebody who's not
right? That's very
it's kind of like
strange
with Justin Evans, the same thing that happened with Justin Evans. Like we hung on to him for so long, and I don't know why, because he was never available.
Right, and you got to figure, looking at it from Cam Gill's perspective, is we keep what do we keep? We keep 4 outside linebackers, and we've got 3 that are
top tier, like really good.
Yeah, pretty much. And let me see. We've got, of course, Jason Pierre-Paul. You've got Shaquille Barrett, And then Anthony Nelson and Cam Gill were kind of, fighting for
Duking it
that
out,
third,
yeah.
fourth spot. Yeah. And then the Buccaneers go and they draft Tryon in the 32nd spot. So, Cam Gill had to have been going, whoa,
Yeah.
they're basically trying to take his spot. Nelson got much more playing time. He's been here longer and all that good stuff. So I felt like Cam Gill was just like, just cut me, whatever. But we don't know. It's all speculation. Nobody knows what his injury is. We've heard from Rondé Barber that it was hamstring. Is that what he said?
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
And then somebody else said it was his
But then
knee.
he had a boot on in practice. So you're like, that's not a hamstring injury
Yeah.
at all.
Unless it's on his thigh.
I don't know. It was super weird. But with you saying that you think he doesn't want to play here, we had people in our comments on YouTube on the last episode where we talked about the practice squad, where we had a few people who did not want to sign with our practice squad.
Right. I think it was Jeremy Ledbetter.
Jeremiah Ledbetter.
Jeremiah Ledbetter. Yeah, get Pearl Jam in my head with Jeremy Ledbetter.
You'll never say
Never be able to do it any
Why
other
would
way.
you though? Because it
makes sense.
It does make sense.
We should call him Black Jeremy Ledbetter. Or how about Even Flow Jeremy Ledbetter?
Oh, Pearl Jam.
Yeah,
So,
and who else was it too?
I think Tanner Hudson.
Tanner Hudson.
Too.
Yeah, we heard that he didn't want to re-sign with the team, go on the practice squad, and he ended up getting picked up by
San Francisco
49ers.
signed on their practice squad. So it's not like it's an upgrade in his position.
Yeah.
It was just a little weird and just what type of person does not want to be on a Super Bowl champion team?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
But I don't want those people on the team either. If you don't want to be here, goodbye.
Right. And
know?
again, we want to say this is speculation. We're not sure about any of this.
Unverified.
It's all rumors. We like the rumors. That's why we got the woman here to spread the gossip.
I was going to say I didn't even bring that up, but I think I did.
Who's marrying who? Who's dating who?
I handle
Molly?
the TMZ portion of the show. Jenna Lane was not available, so here I am.
Oh, I can't believe you said her name. Not on my podcast.
So, interesting though, Nick Leverett is back from the COVID list, and I'm looking at the transaction list, and he went on the COVID list on the 27th. So the rule is if you're vaccinated, you can come back if you're asymptomatic and get 2 negative tests.
Something like that.
Well, of course, wouldn't you be asymptomatic if you're negative? You wouldn't have symptoms if you're negative. I don't know. Anyway, 2 negative tests, I think, is what it takes to come back. And so he's back, but then Earl Watford, he was put on the same day. He is not back. And then Sue was put on the list on the 28th, so the day after Nick Leverett, and he is not back either.
Sue's not back?
Sue's not back.
Well, Bruce Arians said that 100% of the players are vaccinated.
Right. A lot of good it did us, huh?
Well, Belichick came out and said that.
Oh, yeah. Now they're doing, fact checks on him.
Yeah, they did a fact check on Bill Belichick. I was like, what?
There's,
Yeah. But, what he said made sense. He said, they were talking about getting rid of Cam Newton, and they were asking if it was because of the vaccination status, blah, blah, blah. Because, Cam Newton has come out and said, he's not going to get the vaccine.
Well, I don't even know if he said that. Did he say it blatantly? I thought it was they asked him and he was like, oh, I just don't want to. I don't think he really wanted to talk about it. And then by the process of deduction, because he had to adhere to the 5-day rule of coming back into the Patriots facility, that's when they were like, oh, that's only for unvaccinated people. So they, by that, they figured out that he was unvaccinated.
Yes.
But in any case.
Yeah, in any case, Bill Belichick said that, here's a direct quote from him. He said, "Your implication that the vaccination solves every problem has not been substantiated. The number of players and coaches and staff members who have been infected with COVID after being vaccinated is a pretty high number. I wouldn't lose sight of that." So, Belichick pretty much came out and said, look, vaccination doesn't...
It's not solving the problem.
It's not solving the problem, yeah. We're still having issues, so... And they said that was not the reason why they got rid of Cam. I wonder what he's going to do. Yeah, you got any ideas? I can't see him going somewhere and being a backup.
Backup. I think he'll be a backup. I think so. I don't think... Yeah. I don't know. He went to New England and competed for a job.
Yeah.
You would think that would be beneath him.
Beneath him.
Well, if he's not going to play a backup job, and he might sit out until somebody gets injured and they need a starting caliber quarterback, and call him midway through the season.
Right. It happens every year. So that'd be the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
He's probably the highest profile quarterback out there right now. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
I think so. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm curious if he's got any interest. It's so close to the start of the season. I don't think anyone really wants to make a move like that unless they absolutely have to. And I think the only way that you have to is if you don't have a starting quarterback because they're injured.
Right.
So we'll see. I wouldn't discount him coming back midway through the season after a team sustains an injury. Probably wherever Carson Wentz is playing, because he can't seem to make it.
Is Sam Bradford still in the league?
Or Teddy Bridgewater, where the hell is he? Oh, Denver.
Denver.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So could be in the cards for Cam Newton. We'll see.
Yep.
If that happens, I need you to come back and clip this episode where I said that.
Yeah, so you heard it here first.
Exactly.
If it doesn't happen, we'll just ignore that you
We're
said that.
going to forget it completely.
That's how we operate.
Never talk about it again. Another roster move we made was we put John Molchin on IR, the guard.
What was wrong with him?
I don't know what's going on. It's weird. Everything's weird.
So here's what we have on IR. We got Curtis Riley, Brad Seaton, Sedarius Hutchinson.
Curtis Riley?
Yeah, I don't know. Justin Watson and Brad Seaton are the only ones I recognize on there.
Okay.
But we got Curtis Riley, Brad Seaton, Sedarius Hutchinson, Zanell Stanley, Justin Watson, and John Molchin. Justin Watson's on the PUP list.
Yeah. And do we know his issue?
No.
He quietly just completely was under the radar this offseason. We are just so stacked at that position. I didn't even think about him and then saw something with it. I can't remember what it was. And I was like, oh yeah, remember Justin Watson? Mm-hmm. And so we don't even need all these guys. It's crazy.
Curtis Riley is a cornerback from Tennessee, New York Giants, Oakland Raiders, Pittsburgh Steelers, Arizona Cardinals, Minnesota Vikings.
He's got quite the resume.
Yeah. He's been in the league for 6 years and on a team every year, apparently. Yeah.
Good Lord. That's a lot of team for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Teams.
Our practice squad's filled up now, right?
I don't know. I want to say we had a couple of spots still open, like maybe 3.
How many? What's the practice squad now? 12?
16. The total is 16, yeah. Okay, no. Greg Allman said 15. We have 15 currently.
We got one left. One spot left.
Yeah. And we're allowed 6 veterans on the practice squad.
What's considered?
We have 5.
What's
4.
considered a veteran? 3 years? 4 years?
I think it's 3 or 4 years. Yeah.
4, yeah. There we go. Fact check follow up.
I know.
Yeah. So here's our practice squad. We've got Cyril Grayson, Herb Miller, Andrew Adams, Ryan Griffin, Kobe Smith, Ladarius Hamilton, Jonathan Hubbard, Benning Patoya, Jaden Mickens.
I don't think you said it right.
How would I said it with emphasis? Travis Johnson, Brandon Walton, Darwin Thompson, Cody McElroy, Deion Yelder, and Troy Warner. That's our current practice squad. That is going to be churned all year long.
All year.
All year long.
It always makes me so sad when they release them and then bring them back and then release them and bring them back. Like, how many times can you really go through that?
Do they, they release these guys, and these guys have to turn in their playbooks and clean out their lockers and all that good stuff. And then they get signed the next day back to the practice squad. They had to come back in and get their playbook, set up their lockers.
Do they get lockers if you're on the practice squad? Yeah, because you're like practicing, right?
Yeah. I mean, you got to put your stuff somewhere.
The point of the practice squad.
Good question, though.
Right. The point of the practice squad is to practice against your starters. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just to pretend you're the other team.
Yeah.
How weird would that be when you are used to like practicing against a player and then they've got to fill in for someone who gets injured or whatever? I mean, psychologically, they have always been on the other side of the ball. They've always been, your enemy, basically. And then you put them on the same side. It's got to be a little bit of an adjustment there mentally. Okay. Giovanni Bernard has a high ankle sprain.
Really?
Or mild. It's mild, they say. But it was what happened to him in the Texans game.
Okay. Scotty Miller got hurt too. Any word on him? I mean, he was down for a little bit.
I think they said he's fine.
Yeah, they said he was fine, but they also said Giovanni Bernard was fine too.
I know, right? Yeah. Well, Giovanni did not practice on Thursday. So I don't know. We shall see. I guess we'll get our first injury report probably Monday.
Will it be Monday? Okay.
Well, the game is Thursday. They get 3 reports out. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday is the game. I can't believe Thursday is the game. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
So,
I can't deny it.
Dak Prescott is going to go in the season opener. He's playing. They said he's full.
They're going to put him up against our defense.
He's going to die. What are they?
Well, he's going to die a rich man. He's the highest paid athlete in the NFL right now, isn't he?
A lot of damn good is going to do him. You can't take it with you. His life will be
a nice funeral.
Oh, yeah. I guess.
Cold casket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Horse
it's going to be
maybe.
It's going to be a slaughter fest, I think.
I know.
But I mean, they've got some good players, and of course, they got the good running game, the good offensive line. So it ain't going to be like a walk in the park.
Okay, somebody did a Twitter poll today, which I love Twitter polls. I will always take a Twitter poll. Like, anytime I scroll through, it could be something I'm not even interested in at the moment. I'm choosing an option, even if I'm not interested. I am participating in your Twitter poll. Send me your Twitter polls.
I never knew that about you.
Yeah. So somebody did a Twitter poll and they asked, what running backs are we Bucs fans most concerned about going up against? Mm-hmm. And it was 4, I can't remember who the 4 were. I remember 2. It was Christian McCaffrey, Ezekiel Elliott. There was another one, Saquon Barkley maybe. Mm-hmm. And the 4th one was someone I didn't know. I think is a rookie probably. Taylor, I think was the last name. Does that ring a bell? Mm-mm. Trying to probe you for some fantasy information. Right
yeah, I know. I'm
covertly.
Keeping my lips shut here.
Our draft is tomorrow.
Yeah.
I know. I've done no research. Like Ralph, he has a file folder. He keeps in like a safe. No, just kidding. It's in his drawer. That's probably a decoy folder. Like, this is how Ralph takes this stuff seriously.
I take everything serious. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it
yes,
right.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me tell y'all about Farmville. Do you guys remember Farmville from Facebook? You remember? You remember this, Ralph?
Yes.
Okay. When Ralph and I first got together, When Ralph and I first got together, he could do the Rubik's Cube, and I ended up learning how to do it. And
Just so she could beat me.
That was not it. But I did end up doing it faster than him,
See?
which he cared about, but I didn't care about.
Oh, no, you didn't care about. Yeah, she beat me and then quit. She was like, I don't think you've ever done it again.
I can't even do it anymore.
Yeah.
So anyway, at the time, I played Farmville. It was fun for me. So Ralph goes, oh, I'm going to start playing Funville, but I'm going to get payback for the Rubik's Cube. And Ralph had a file folder. He actually had a bot that was there, like, harvesting his crops. He became like this millionaire farmer mogul.
And you got so
like
mad.
2 weeks. I did not get mad. I just like quit.
Well, you quit, yeah.
I wasn't mad. You just like took the fun out of it for me.
For you.
So
Great fun for me.
Well, is it fun for you if I take my ball and go home? Like,
hey, a victory is a victory, man. Whether it's a forfeit or just.
So in any case,
No asterisks in the win column, baby.
Okay, we got like way off track. Twitter polls, the running back. Okay, so they asked, who of the 4 running backs are you most worried about facing? And to me, it's Ezekiel Elliott. And everyone else picked Christian McCaffrey. And I'm like, Christian McCaffrey, exactly.
We've stuffed him so many times.
Thank you, Ralph.
There's Saquon Barkley, somebody I kind of worry about. But, he was out.
We stuffed him too. We hurt him.
Yeah, that's
He's
right.
the one, we ended his season.
Dallas's offensive line, if it stays up to par this year, it'll be tough.
Well, and Ezekiel Elliott is he's kind of a more physical back.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but, Christian McCaffrey, I'm like, Vita Vea got his number.
Oh,
Like,
gosh.
I am not worried about
He
Christian
cracks
McCaffrey.
me up with that. Every time he tackles McCaffrey
gosh.
or somebody else tackles McCaffrey, Vita Vea goes and lays on top of him.
I know.
Every time. It's hilarious.
So, but yeah, it was like 79% picked Christian McCaffrey. And I'm like, are you people out of your damn mind? And I wouldn't even pick Saquon Barkley. Well, I wouldn't pick Christian McCaffrey because of Vita Vea, but also because he's coming back off of injury. Like, running backs are not the same after they come back after injury. So,
what was it Christian McCaffrey happened with him last year? Was it an ankle?
Yeah.
Broken?
I don't know that it was broken.
I need to look at that because
Or shoulder?
I got him as a keeper. So.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to check my keepers. Ooh. I don't know if
You
I
ain't got nobody
any.
you want.
Listen, I drafted first round last year, Michael Thomas, and he got hurt. I'm a jinx.
You are a jinx. You remember you got
fantasy.
Saquon Barkley one year, right?
No, Adrian Peterson, the year that he tore his dang ACL.
Yep.
He was my stud.
Remember that year you drafted Wentz and Winston, and both of them were out for the first game, first few games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like and no, I think Carson Wentz was like not playing
Yeah,
at all.
I think he was a
season.
backup or something. I was just like, what in the world are you doing?
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, I need help. Ralph's folder. It's not safe. I'm just kidding. I might look at things like an hour before the draft tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
And that's
see.
why you don't have any championships. And I got 2.
What? Community property, buddy.
No, remember,
Uh-huh.
I tried to get you to play that game, and you were like, no, we are individuals when it comes to fantasy football.
Well, whatever.
Whatever.
I got your other ring. How about that?
Oh, God. Don't remind me.
Oh, man. Stop it. Okay.
So, yeah, I'm excited to see our run defense this year. I want us to be number 1 again. I'm pretty sure that will break a record 3 years in a row.
I know. That'd be so. We were number 1 last year. We finished number 1.
Yeah, and we don't get credit for that. I mean, when people talk about our team, they don't talk about that. It's just the 2 years in a row where we've been And it's not even close. You know, I mean, it's like 20 yards a game difference. It's a huge difference. We have been dominating stopping the run, which of course makes people throw the ball more on us.
Yeah.
But now
we're getting better at that.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Good grief.
Way better.
Yeah. Ask the Chiefs.
I know.
Or the Packers.
The Packers, I think, is a good example.
Yeah. Interceptions left and right. But it was their offensive line. That's the reason why they lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, consensus. Just like, the only reason why we won it in 2002 was because, Gruden knew the plays. That's it. Had nothing to do with our monstrous defense that had been dominating for 6 years.
Like, that's all that it takes. People like to, I think when you lose, you throw out excuses. And, I mean, but you got to give the winners some credit. Like, it is so hard to play competently, I would say. Like, to be a good team, you got to have all 11 guys on the same page the majority of the time, make good decisions. You got to keep them from making good plays as well on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, you got to not make mistakes. That's the huge thing.
It's a so you got to give credit to the winners.
You would think so, but everybody just hates Tom Brady.
I know. They really do. They do. It is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, as a family member.
One, he's not dynamic. He's not pizzazzy. He doesn't go out there and run around and throw all these crazy passes and stuff. And that's what everybody wants to see anymore. They turned this into an offensive league, which he had something to say about that too. He was talking to, oh my gosh, what was it?
It was Casey Phillips. They were having a panel, right? Was it that thing? I was watching it just a little while ago.
No, when he was talking about the defense and the flags and stuff?
Yeah, I think it was that. I didn't get to that part, but I think that's where it was from.
It wasn't Barstool Sports. It was... one of those. Anyhow, he said that...
Oh, okay.
He says that... this is a quote from him. He said, I think it's really a disservice to the sport because the sport isn't being played at a high level like I believe that it once was. Talking about how the defense is just getting penalized all the time. He says they penalize the defense for offensive mistakes. He's like, if an offensive lineman whiffs on a block or a guy comes through unblocking and he hits the quarterback hard, that's a flag. And he's just like, it shouldn't be that way. It was really neat. I was really impressed that, he was like, hey, let's get back to the old school toughness. And, and he was advocating for the defense, and that's a competitor. That's what a competitor does. But a competitor doesn't want to handicap his opponent. He wants to go out there and beat his opponent at their best.
That's what I was going to say, is that it makes the competition a little bit easier, and that's not what he wants.
No.
I mean, I've never seen a competitor like him.
Right.
Someone who, he is fueled by the doubt and the negativity and the hate. Like, I've never seen anyone take all those negative emotions and just use them to make themselves better and be better. I mean, it's just such a crazy mindset to think about, where you can have, the majority of the league probably hates you. And they want to beat you. And when you lose, they laugh and they're happy and they're celebrating your misery. And he just takes that and he's like, yeah, well, that's just going to make me better. It's just an incredible thing to be able to do, and he's consistently doing it at a high level. So,
I just found it very fascinating. Molly she checked on the video, and it was with the round table, but it's also on Bleacher Reports. I don't know. I don't know if they got it from the round table with
he just
Casey
doesn't want to
Phillips.
say that I'm right.
But he did say that. He said every hard hit is a penalty on the defense. I feel like they penalize defensive players for offensive mistakes.
He was saying that in reference to Ray Lewis. He was like, Ray Lewis would hit one of our receivers, knock him out of the game, but now that's a penalty on the defense.
Yes, he talked about how it's the the quarterback's job to not throw the pass so that a wide receiver is going to get destroyed. He said when he played against Ray Lewis, they wouldn't throw it across the middle because Ray Lewis would pop the ball out or take your wide receiver out.
Murder somebody.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. I like that. You know, and it does. It just goes to show what level of a competitor he is. He's like, stack the defense. Stop throwing flags. I want to play against the best. I want to beat the best. You love that attitude.
Don't you want to, like, if you're a quarterback, you want to beat the best defense, like a defense who is intimidating, like our defense, who is known to, like, kill people. Mm-hmm. Not really. But
we take people out of games.
Yeah. I mean, you want to beat those guys. You don't want to make the league handicap them.
Get the refs out there to beat them for you.
Yeah.
Or, as I like to call them, the hall monitors.
Right. Exactly.
So again, can't go one podcast without talking about how great Tom Brady is, can we?
No.
I'll probably be doing that for the rest of my life.
I know.
I'm going to be telling my grandkids, hey, I used to watch Tom Brady.
Hey, I mean, we are watching history here, like sports, and not just the NFL history. This is sports history.
Yeah, well, I've seen a lot of great history. I didn't see Babe Ruth, of course. I ain't that old, but I was at Wayne Gretzky, watched him. Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson. I still think he's the best boxer that's ever lived. I'm thinking NASCAR. What's his name? Dale Earnhardt. Got to see him. We're getting to see Tom Brady, who is, if you ask, and I got to see Jerry Rice, who before Tom Brady, I always said Jerry Rice was the best NFL player ever. But I think Tom Brady is just the best athlete ever. He beats them all. It's his accomplishments. You just can't look at that and go,
7
that's luck.
Championships.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no franchise that has that many. Do you think? I think Pittsburgh has 5.
Really? That's it? 5? I thought they had 6. But yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
he's got more rings than any team in the league.
I know. It's just.
I mean, who? It's a serious accomplishment. I think you got to give him the GOAT, man. I mean, across all sports at this point. The Red Wings as a team were spectacular with their accomplishments, but come on.
And it's like not even close. They try to, all the Tom Brady haters, they try to say, Deflategate. He had to cheat there, and then he had to record their warm-ups, and that's okay.
Which I wasn't even a Brady fan with that, and I thought that was the most silliest thing in the world, the whole Deflategate stuff. It was just, to me, I saw it as people wanting to go, they were just dominating so much. It was just like, we got to do something to penalize them and try to handicap them.
And it's like, if you even, write off those 2 championships, what about the other 5?
Well, he cheated and just didn't get caught. Right?
Oh, right. Yeah. You're like, okay, those only work for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I mean, when he left Belichick, I had never done game film on Brady. It had always been on my list, but I didn't really want to do game film on Brady so much as I did on Belichick. I just wanted to, I've done some, but nothing serious. And, when we got Tom Brady, I was like, man, I got to check this dude out. Because I didn't think, at the end of the year, the question of whether Tom Brady was going to come, I was like, he wouldn't fit in the system. This is a long ball system. He's not a long ball thrower. And then I looked and I was like, whoa, this dude could throw some serious long balls. It's just the system he's in doesn't require that. It's not designed that way. And, I said, if he comes over here and just starts gunslinging like I think he can, then, that's saying a lot. I mean, huge amount of that. You can switch, your style of play. And he did. He switched his stance. He switched his, the way he reads. He switched how deep he throws, on a consistent basis. I think we had the most 20-yard plus passes last year again. Really? It's with Tom Brady. Yeah. He was throwing deep balls left and right.
Yeah.
Nobody expected that, except us. After we watched the game film and stuff, we were like, man, he's going to be slinging it.
Kill it.
So, I think it's a huge accomplishment. And like I've said repeatedly on here, I think it was a real kick in the nuts to Belichick and Belichick supporters because he just bombed. They bombed last year. And, Brady won a Super Bowl.
I know. And
answered that question definitively, if you ask me.
I think so, too. And then how long does Belichick have at the Patriots? I mean, coaching careers, you're on a very short leash. And, aside from the 20 years that he had with Tom Brady, like, how patient is Robert Kraft going to be with him? Right. Yeah. And the fan base, how long are they? They're used to, they've had 20 years of winning teams, just dominant. How long do you think it's going to be before they go, yeah, we don't like this losing crap? All right. Yeah. We got beat by the Dolphins. What? The Bills went to the playoffs and we didn't. I know. Oh my goodness. Still cannot believe Josh Allen is top 10. Yeah, well, yeah. I just can't. On that round table, that panel, that it was the Buccaneers and Casey Phillips had. Yeah, go watch it if you haven't, guys. It's really we started. I got to watch the rest of it. An interesting thing. Okay, so it was Levante, Tom Brady, Gronk, and Mike Evans. And Casey Phillips, they were taking fan questions, actually, I think from the crew members. So if you're a season pass holder, I think they were taking your questions. So somebody asked, what is your favorite stat to get? And Levante, or they might have asked like underrated stat, or what stat do you love the most? Something like that. And Levante, you're going to be so proud of this one, said TFLs. Oh, he was like, I don't think people realize how important and how impactful TFLs are. It's the same thing as a sack. Yeah, because, you're moving the offense back. Mm-hmm. They got to make up that yardage, and, it's a completely different, you kind of throw off their game plan a little bit when you can take away yards from them like that. And Gronk said tutties, of course. Tom Brady said, nothing bothers him more than interceptions. So he's like, I could throw like 90 touchdowns, but if I throw an interception, I'm pissed off about that game. Like, wow. Wow. And Mike Evans, can you guess what Mike said? Touchdowns? No. Yardage. There's a shocker. He likes the yardage. He likes touchdowns. He said touchdowns are cool, but he would rather have the yardage. So what he said was, I'll take you down the field and let Gronk score the touchdown. There you go. Which I thought was cool. That's cool. Good teamwork there. But doesn't it make sense? Because he's had the most subsequent 1,000-yard season, 7 years. Yep. So they asked him about that. Broke Randy Moss's record. That's saying something. Yeah. They asked him what he thought about, Casey Phillips asked what he thought about having the 17 games now. Like, he's got an extra game to do it. Yeah. And he broke that record before there were 17 games, before the asterisk beside it. So we'll see. The next person who does it, they're going to do it in 17 games rather than 16 like he did it. So it's not as important when they do it, unless it was a Buccaneer that does it next time. Then maybe it'll be the same thing. I like the way you think. There we go. I like the cut of your jib. I know. Did you see that the NFL Network is going to have 2 Buccaneers specials air the night before kickoff? I saw one. What's the other one? They have 2. What are they? So they're going to have America's Game 2020 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that'll be at 8 o'clock on the NFL Network on the 8th. So that is America's Game 2020 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's 8 o'clock on the 8th. And then right after that at 9 o'clock is No Risk It, No Biscuit. Bruce Arians and the 2020 Buccaneers. That's the one I had heard about. Okay. So that one's right after at 9 o'clock. So 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. NFL Network. Well, when's the game? Thursday. Right. So those air on Wednesday. Oh. Yeah, the day before.
Good. Well, that means hell, our football season starts Wednesday.
I know.
We still haven't watched the Dallas Cowboys Hard Knocks. I
Oh,
don't know anybody that's watched it.
I was like, oh well, we're not gonna watch that, but now I'm like, no, we kind of have to. I think. Oh.
Yeah, and I've got a friend of mine who's a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan. He hasn't said anything about it. I don't even know if he's watched it. It's weird.
No interest. They ruin that show. Everything is just so dead serious.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Lots of drama.
I can't take it.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Did you see? Oh, speaking of dead serious. Okay, that was bad. Can we? Okay. Did you see the former Bucs linebacker Keith McCants?
Yeah.
Was found dead in his house.
Suicide. Mm-hmm.
No, it was a drug overdose.
Oh, I heard it was suicide.
Oh, really?
Okay.
They believed it to be a drug overdose. He was 53. Mm-hmm. Did you remember him? I didn't recognize the name.
It was kind of before my time. I think he was drafted, 90, 92, somewhere around there.
Okay.
First round draft pick, never really panned out. They switched him from linebacker to defensive end. Something I can't remember. No, I didn't know. Didn't know the guy.
So
it's always sad to hear stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. You never want to hear that. And especially when they stay in the area, like they're drafted with the team and they kind of make a life there. And it's sad. I have one former Buccaneer to talk about. Brashad Perriman.
Mm-hmm.
He was with the Lions and got cut.
Yeah,
Did
we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Luke Stocker got cut from the Titans.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He was always Cutter really liked him.
Mm-hmm. Cutter likes the tight ends.
Yeah, and Cutter even brought him to Atlanta.
That's
when
right.
he went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was never real enthused with him.
He's all right. He's all right.
He's all right.
The Falcons signed running back Wayne Galbin.
I don't know who that is.
He used to be with the Giants, I think. That was a long time ago.
Really?
Well, long time at football years.
Yeah, so 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, he was with the Giants all the way up till last year.
Wow.
Yeah. From 2017 to 2020.
What was he second or third string?
Yeah. He was he was deep in the. He didn't do a whole lot. He started 14 games out of all those.
Probably when
years.
Saquon Barkley got injured.
Right. Yeah. He came in. He was probably second string then.
Yeah. Peyton Barber got cut from Washington. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, that was a little sad. I liked him. I was rooting for him.
Yeah, I liked Barber. God, that was a horrible leg break he had. Oof. With us? Yeah.
I don't remember that. Gosh.
Pretty sure that was Peyton Barber. Oh my gosh, here we go.
I know. Here we go. Oh wait, I think he got signed by. Oh, he got signed. By the Raiders. Peyton Barber did just yesterday. It's on Wikipedia.
I saw that Gerald McCoy made the team, but he's second string.
Yeah. I think that's the best that he could hope for at this point, given his age and coming off of an injury where he missed an entire season. It's not a big surprise to me. So we'll see how he does. I'd like to see him get some reps.
Who?
McCoy.
McCoy? Yeah, he'll be rotation.
Yeah.
The same thing with our boy Gay Stats, Nassib.
I cannot believe that he is second string. That is weird to me because he was a big signing for them last year. He got signed away from us, and with the contract they gave him, I thought he was going to get more of a starting role.
Yeah.
But it just didn't happen that way.
Again, I think he's rotation, but to not be on the first string list anyhow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who was it that broke their leg with us? That's driving me crazy.
I do.
I could have swore it was Peyton Barber, but it wasn't apparently.
You guys comment down below if you remember who broke their leg. Vito broke his leg with us.
I know, but this was it was one of our.
How long
backs.
ago?
I don't know, 3-4 years ago.
We should just run through the list of running backs.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm looking.
Charles Sims.
Was it Jacquizz Rodgers? Was it? I swear it was Peyton Barber.
It was not Peyton Barber.
I don't think it was.
I don't think so.
If you.
In the memory of funny thing like that, where like I could swear it was him.
Yeah.
It was not.
Yeah. I'd have lost money on that bet.
I can't even run through the list of all the running backs. I'm trying. I'm like Doug Martin. That's all I got. Cadillac Williams.
Oh, poor Cadillac.
I know. He was one of those always hurt, right?
No, he did great. And then all of a sudden he got hurt.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it for him. Man.
Oh, let's talk about the uniforms. That was the last. Gosh, I can't believe I even missed that. That was like the big story today. The uniform schedule came out, and we are wearing white and pewter like the whole season. Like we have the pewter jerseys twice, and then we have the red jerseys 3 times, but all the other games are the white and pewter.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah. Isn't that ridiculous? We wear the red twice.
That's it?
Or 3 times. 3 times. I know. And the rest of it's the white. I don't like the white. I think they look like pajamas.
Yeah, not a big fan of them.
I'm not. You know, and especially, like, they get all sweaty, and then it's like a wet t-shirt contest out there, and that's never a good look with, like, the linemen, all the big boys.
You know, I've got Jaworski Lane on here. He had a broken leg, and that must be it. You know, he was a fullback with us.
Fullback, yeah.
I just, doesn't make any sense. Could have swore. But I liked Jaworski Lane, so maybe that's what it was too.
Yeah, maybe.
I knew it was somebody I liked.
Yeah.
Huh. Could have swore it happened on the sideline. He got taken. I don't know. I'm sure I've got a video clip of it somewhere in my football injury file. So Wayne Galbin signs with Atlanta. I imagine he'll be probably 3rd string right now. You talked about Cam Newton getting signed with somebody. The Falcons are pretty short in quarterback depth. They got Josh Rosen is behind Matt Ryan. We talked about that. And then they got that rookie guy, Franks. You know, if anything happens to Matt Ryan, they're gonna need some.
Yeah, they'll
some
probably
help.
bring him in.
Wouldn't that be something? Cam Newton with the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh,
Jameis
my gosh.
Winston with the New
All
Orleans Saints.
those Cam Newton stans who still love him, my family member included.
Oh, my God.
And then if he were to sign with Atlanta, he would have like a meltdown. He would just short circuit.
Yeah, the Falcons have Mike Davis as their starting running back.
From Carolina.
Yep. Cordell Patterson is 2nd string, and then Wayne Galbin right now is 3rd string. And then Keith Smith, they got him 4th string in the running back. Now, he's a fullback, but they don't have a fullback listed. So that's weird. But, you know,
Some teams don't list
they got a
him.
new coach now.
Yep, Arthur Smith from the Titans.
So they must have liked him and said, well, we're going to keep him, but we don't keep fullbacks, so we're going to make him a running back. But he's 4th string.
That's so weird.
Weird.
But they're going to keep him.
Apparently.
I guess. Yeah.
As a running back.
Interesting.
Speaking of the Jameis Winston going to the New Orleans Saints.
Oh my gosh.
You know, the Tampa Bay Times and our boy Rick Stroud wrote an article, which if you didn't know any better, you would think he was writing for the New Orleans Saints. I mean, he was just gushing about Jameis Winston. And Sean Payton, he said Saints coach Sean Payton is one of the best play callers in the league, and he will protect Winston. The Saints' best weapon is running back Alvin Kamara, and the offense will run through him, not Winston. He has a great offensive line to protect him and a swarming defense to help get the ball back. Winston won't be the same quarterback who threw 88 interceptions and lost 22 fumbles in 70 games with the Buccaneers. He will be better. This is coming from our sports guys, our media.
Here's the thing: is Jameis Winston makes his offensive lines look bad.
Right, exactly. That's one thing. Drew Brees, you know, we've said this forever. You know, it's amazing how Drew Brees always has great offensive lines. Same thing you can say about Tom Brady. And when Tom Brady came here, I said, we're going to have the same offensive line, but we're going to be top 10, most likely top 5 offensive line. And what happened? Top 5. You know, you're like, it's the quarterbacks that, you know, it means a lot. It's the same thing with running backs. You know, an offensive line makes the running back usually. I mean, some things you got freaks here and there, but generally it's the running back. The offensive line makes the running backs. Jameis Winston is going to make the New Orleans Saints offensive line look like crap. I guarantee you. Guarantee you. It probably won't happen until, I'm going to say week 4. You know, when he starts getting the happy feet.
Yeah, I think he'll start feeling like he can take more risks at a certain point, and then it's over.
Yeah. This is going to be great to watch. It's going to be so glorious. He's just going to, I hope he's the starter by week 7. I do. I really do. So we can play him. You know, those boys are chomping at the bit to intercept him. Levante, Devin.
They know all of his tells.
Carlton. Yeah. Yeah, we know him forwards and backwards.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's going to be great.
I love it.
Yes. Did you see that the NFL is teaming up with some betting companies?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't like it. Yeah,
I don't either. It's kind of a...
I like betting, but the NFL shouldn't have nothing to do with it.
No. It's seems like a conflict of interest, and I just don't see how you can keep that from getting corrupted.
No. Let's see. This is according to Adam Schefter. He says that the NFL has reached agreements with Fox Bet, BetMGM, PointBet, and WineBet to become approved sportsbook operators for the 2021 NFL season. That doesn't make any sense to me, but yeah, it's just, no, you can't. What, are they licensing it? Right. Apparently that's what it is. And, a license fee with the NFL is like, God, last time I looked, it was like $200,000 a year. So, I don't know, man. Just NFL, stay away from that. But it's too late. They've got fantasy football and the
pick'ems.
Yep. So, betting is a huge part of the NFL now, and they're knee deep in it. Mm-hmm. We're going to have a big scandal. It's coming. It's
got to. Well, it's like what you always talked about with the refs. How you're surprised there's never been a ref scandal.
I think there has been. It's just been covered up well.
That's one thing you can say for the NFL is that they are great at PR.
Yes.
Like, excellent.
Very, very much so. Yeah, I don't like that. Not a big fan of it, man.
No, I agree. I don't like it either.
So we are going to see some scandals happening. It's going to happen. We got 17 games now. We got 5,000 refs. We've got the NFL knee deep in the betting. And, the refs control the games too much. I mean, everybody always says that. But since the refs sat out that one year, boycotted, whatever, and they brought in the scab refs, and everybody freaked out, acting like
They
was.
were so mad at them, and I
Oh,
was
my
like,
gosh.
they weren't
I was
any
like,
worse
yeah,
than the
they're just-
regular refs.
Yeah, we have these stupid calls even with the regular refs are in. I was happy about it. I was like, we should do this every year.
Yeah.
Just pick people off the streets, let them ref the games. It couldn't be any worse.
Ralph's gonna volunteer next time.
Oh yeah, yeah. But once they caved in to the refs' demands, and that's when it was like, oh God, here we go. And ever since then, man, the refs have controlled games incredibly, badly. They are the deciding factor.
They make a huge difference.
They got too much control and way too many subjective penalties. Where they could say, oh, this guy was, he looked at this guy mean. What was it? We were watching the preseason? The guy got penalized for taunting. And he didn't do anything. He like turned around and flexed.
By him. Yeah.
Yeah. You were like, what?
You're like, are we grown men or?
Exactly.
Come on.
Come
on.
So it's really easy now for refs to throw games one way or other, and you wouldn't even know it. They could say, oh, he said he called this guy a derogatory name, so he's kicked out of the game or whatever. You're like, what? Who's going to know that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's coming. It's going to happen. Somebody's going to get popped for something. All right, guys. We are getting closer and closer to the kickoff, and man, I'm so excited. We are getting out of our preseason mode, getting ready to enter the real deal. I hope everybody else is out there is ready for it as well. Get your fantasy football stocked up, your folders, your notes. Keep your wife out of, especially if she's in the same league you are.
He labels it like John Deere. So
That's it. As soon as you said that, I went, ooh, I looked over at my folder. I was like, man, I just fall asleep on that one.
Label on that one.
It's going in the safe.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. So anyhow, guys, we're so damn close. It's silly. I'm so excited.
I know. This time next week, we'll probably be recording our reaction to the game.
Yeah.
In 1 week.
And this Sunday is the last free Sunday we're going to have until
February. Oh my gosh, we got to try to cram everything in.
I know we got somebody coming up for their birthday, opening.
Yeah, that's next week.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Opening weekend.
Opening Sunday. And we said, oh, if you're coming, we're going out to the bar to watch the games.
Yeah.
So.
Well, my family's used to that by now. When I've told this story before, when Ralph and I got together, he let it be known very quickly. Do not make plans between August and February on Sundays all day, Monday night, Thursday night. I'm not doing anything, so don't expect anything of me. And so, he trained me early.
It's just how it is.
Yeah, it's just how it is. So now I'm trained. My family is trained. They all know. His family is trained. We all know. Ralph is not doing anything.
Yep. Well,
anytime there's football on.
I've always been a believer in you got to take one day off a week.
Sabbath.
Sunday. That's right. The good Lord rested one day of the week, and it just happened to be Sunday. So.
And then he made football, and it aired on Sundays. So I don't
what
think
a
that's a coincidence. I know.
Yes. The Lord has blessed the NFL. All right. With that, we're going to wrap it up. Till next time, guys.
Go Bucks.